last month, I went to a shop in order to purchase a new pair of eyeglasses. Now, when they were about to cut the lens, the optometrist, like persistently persuaded me, ingon siya, ikuan ni pader ka ng doble vista bitaw. Unsa man na siya, sir, saka na bang naay para duol, basa kag Bible, ana, tanaw ka, yan na po'y para layo, tanaw ka sa mga tao, doble vista. I told him, wala ko'y budget, anaw, gana na lang simple diha nga antiyohos. And then I realized na di ingon ana, double ang vision, doble vista. The same holds true sa atong espirituhanong kinabuhi. We are invited to have spiritual double vision. And that is one of the important lessons that we can take home with us as we celebrate today, September 14, the feast of the triumph of the cross. You see, my dear brothers and sisters, it is very interesting to remember that the cross is a gruesome symbol of horrific death. Because during the time of the Roman Empire, it is the cross that they use as an instrument in order to execute criminals in the most shameful and humiliating manner. And yet, when the Lord used it to become the instrument of salvation, the cross had ceased to become an instrument and symbol of death. It has become the symbol of life and salvation. Now, among other things, when we appropriate the mystery of the cross in the context of our lives, mao ni ang challenge atong mabitbit karon. We are invited to be able to recognize that, yes, indeed, the cross is present in our lives. Even as we come today in this Eucharistic celebration, some or many of us are bringing their problems in our hearts. Sometimes gadalata sa atong mga kabalaka. Sometimes nagdalata sa atong mga kaguol, our pain, our suffering. To be a Christian is to be able to recognize that these are indeed palpable realities in my life. That I am not oblivious to the problems at hand, that I am keenly aware that yes, indeed, there is pain and suffering in this world. Yet my faith in the Lord also enables me to see something deeper than the pain that I am enduring at the present moment. Because through the grace of God, I am able to recognize His abiding presence that is journeying with me as I go through the bitter valley of my pain and suffering. And the presence of God, together with us, changes the entire experience. You see, my dear brothers and sisters, the mystery of the cross of Jesus reminds us that God does not magically take away our pain and suffering. Instead, He enters into it together with us, so that with the gift of His accompaniment, we are able to draw strength that does not only come from our frail human capacity, but through the power of God who strengthens us, enabling us to be resilient, to be hopeful, and to persevere until the end. And when we are able to live by that truth, we see that salvation does not only take place after we die, but starts here and now, when the mystery of Christ's victory on the cross is replicated and concretized in my own experience, as I also carry my pain and unite my sufferings to the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross. In other words, mao ni challenge atong mabitbit karon mga igsuon. Ipangutana di ay ta, what is it that hurts you the most? What is it nga imong gibit-bit karon nga dako kayo nimong suliran og problema? What is it that worries you and robs you of a peaceful sleep at night? We offer them to the Lord as we recognize them and we do not negate nor deny them. Instead, we bring them to the altar where the Lord is present so that as He abides with us and our family, we can also see something deeper than sheer dumb suffering. We are able to offer them as a sacrifice that is pleasing to the Father as Jesus did on the cross. And it allows us to see something deeper in our reality. As a way of conclusion, if you would allow me to share, many years ago, after the restrictions of the pandemic was lifted, I was summoned to celebrate the sacrament of anointing of the sick to a certain elderly woman who goes by the name Lucia. When I went to their house, I was surprised to see a frail woman lying on her bed with an umbrella on top of her. Nalibog ko, nganong naamay payong? And then, those people in the house told me, Father, she is suffering from severe cataract, that even the light from the window would hurt her eye. I felt pity, ingon ko, kaluoy taon sa tiguang. Unsa kaya akong masulti to console her? We went through the sacrament, and after the celebration, we had a little chat. And I was totally blown away because Lola, wala man siya nagpingit, wala gani siya na bitter, wala sab siya murag nagantos. She carried her pain with gladness and joy. She even told me, salamat kay Pader, ni Ari nagyud ka. I have been requesting for a priest, but because of the restrictions, wag yun ko naduaw. Lipay kay ko karon. And she shared to me that when she was younger and she had a lot of strength, she used to serve the parish as a catechist. And then I was really inspired that morning because God communicated to me a very important lesson that our faith really enables us to say something deeper. That even in the most adverse circumstance, even in our deepest pain, when through the eyes of our faith, we recognize that God is with us and that we don't have to face our battles alone because we are accompanied by no less than the Master of the universe, then it changes our disposition, enabling us to be strong and resilient. And so as we continue this Eucharist, as we receive the Lord's body in this feast of the triumph of the cross, may the greeting with which we greeted each other at the beginning of this reflection be true in our lives. May the Lord grant us spiritual double vision. A vision that allows us to see our present preoccupations with clarity. But as we engage them, our eyes are also fixed intently on the hope that is to come because we are accompanied by the Lord today and forever.